Welcome to the first edition of the Tall and Short of It Nightly Recap. Today is Tuesday, May 13th, and let's get right to it. 20th Century Fox released this morning that they have an additional cast member added on to their Prison Break show starting in the fall of this year. That cast member is none other than Michael Rappaport. He actually had a show on Fox for a little bit, and independent of that, you may know him for making cameos on many shows, including My Name is Earl. Now, Rappaport's going to play a government agent who's got an interesting offer for both Michael Scofield and his brother. I guess we'll see what that all turns out to be when the fall comes around. Last night, Britney Spears made another appearance on How I Met Your Mother. I wasn't too impressed with last night's episode. It was pretty blah and mediocre. Her first appearance was a whole lot better, but that's primarily due to the writing. I'm not going to blame Miss Spears for this because the writing last night was just poor. Rumors circulating today have it that Transformers 2, which is currently due to start filming in Philadelphia in June of this year, will incorporate 3D into the final production, which is due out in the summer of '09. Now, Avatar, which is James Cameron's film, is also touted to be using 3D, as is Steven Spielberg's next project, Tintin. Now, I don't know about this whole 3D thing. Last time I saw 3D was in Beowulf, and it was really unnecessary. It didn't make the movie any better or worse, it was just unnecessary. It's blah. Well, hopefully they've got a little better with the 3D technology, and that maybe these movies will be worthwhile watching in 3 dimension. All they really care about in Transformers is bigger and better robots. For those of you who don't know, Warner Brothers is releasing a Thundercats film due out in 2010. Thundercats is obviously from the 80s, and they're bringing back everything and anything related to cartoons and comic books and everything else from that era because apparently nobody's got any new ideas. Anyway, there's a new head sculpture that's currently made its way to the internet, and speculation has it that it belongs to Panthro, which is one of the Thundercats. Now, the problem with this film is it's all going to be done in CG, which means that it's pretty much one big cartoon. I already saw a cartoon, I really don't want to see another cartoon, so I really have no real hopes for this movie. Hopefully I'm wrong. I'll reserve final judgment until I see some actual production material, some trailers or whatever may be out, which I won't expect for another year anyway. Either way, check out the website for the actual buff to see what it looks like. ABC announced its fall lineup today and released information that they will be bringing back a little show called Eli Stone. This was a pretty good show, and I'm actually glad they brought it back, but to show that they're actually not that smart, they went and brought back According to Jim as well, to kind of balance out. I have no idea why According to Jim is still in the air. It's probably one of the worst shows I've ever seen, but Fox did the same thing by bringing back their show Till Death, which is another terrible show. Both these shows should disappear, and if you do watch the show, you have no taste. CBS also released its fall lineup today, and they announced that they'll be bringing back How I Met Your Mother, primarily thanks to Miss Spears' appearance in the first time when the ratings skyrocketed. Independent of that, they're bringing back a show called Rules of Engagement. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's got David Puddy from Seinfeld, and it's pretty damn hilarious. It's also got David Spade, and it's actually worth watching on a general day. They decided to bring back The Unit, a show that I haven't seen, but it is helmed by this creator of The Shield, which is the only reason that I give it any credit at all, which is Sean Rhyme. I haven't seen the show, but I'll probably turn back and start watching the first episode from the first season and seeing how it all transfers through. They actually decided to drop Shark, which is James Woods' lawyer show. Never seen, don't really care about. Not really a fan of James Woods unless he's on Family Guy playing himself. They decided to bring back New Adventures of Old Christine with Elaine Bennis from, actually Julie Dreyfus from Seinfeld, and the show is just okay. Now, it always did well in the ratings because it's always followed up by a solid Monday night lineup. Now they're trying to make it the lead-in for Wednesday nights, which I believe will be its doom. Finally, after months and months of speculation, there actually may be some truth to this Point Break 2 rumor. Today, it was released that the director of Speed and Speed 2 has signed on to direct Point Break 2, and also the writer who wrote the original Point Break, also wrote Varsity Blues and Patriot Games, has written the second script as well. So it should carry through from the first one decently well. Not that the first one's that amazing, but it was an enjoyable flick. The three male stars, Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, and Gary Busey, will probably not make it back at all. Keanu because he's actually got a career, Patrick Swayze because he's not doing too well health-wise, and Gary Busey because he's not doing too well mentally. Now, the show is a little bit too late. Point Break 2 should have come out a decade ago, but who knows, let's see what actually happens with this film. That concludes the first Tall and Short of It Nightly Recap. This is The Mitt. Hope you enjoyed it. For those of you who don't like reading the blog, you can listen to it this way. Have a nice day. For those of you who want to check out the full details and click and read the articles, you can go to tallandshortofit.blogspot.com. Again, that's tallandshortofit.blogspot.com. Again, this is The Mitt. Have a good night.